right, let's get right to it. The Cowboys bring in Jeff Nixon, a guy to interview for the vacancy of the offensive coordinator's job. Now, here's the true story. Jeff Nixon been coaching since 1997 as a graduate assistant in some capacity. Now, he been a guy that been around in these circles as the running back coach. People might know him of the co-offensive coordinator back for the Baylor Bears from 2017 all the way through 2020-ish. Now, when Matt Rule got the job, of course, Jeff Nixon followed him to the NFL, which was a big upleap for him. And truth be told, he's been their quote-unquote running backs coach. And, of course, the Carolina Panthers been what most people like to say bottom half of the league because the college is a whole lot different from the pros. Now, here's my thoughts on Jeff Nixon. He's very familiar with the run game. He started off as a runner back, right? And then he went to a running back coach. So I do count to that as it relates to what the Cowboys been needing. A guy that's familiar with sacking into, you run the ball. No shade at Kellen Moore. Now, granted, Kellen Moore's resume as it relates to what he did in the National Football League, far as number 1, number 2 offense or top 5 offense, respectfully, been remarkable. And I know that's the first thing that people going to look at is, hey, Jeff Nixon don't have none of that on his resume. Truth be told, in 2017 through 2020, one can argue Baylor Bears offense remarkable, right? Top in their respective division, but that was college. So it's hard to say that those skill sets would be transferable, but knowledge is, y'all. And he was one of those guys that stepped into the fray when the Carolina Panthers got rid of their guy who was one of those guys that was supposed to be brilliant. His name was Joe Brady. They got rid of him, and he stepped right in as the quote-unquote transferable offensive coordinator there. And you can look up names like Chuba Hubbard, of course, Foreman, as well as, of course, Christian McCaffrey was there. And all of those boys' numbers increased when he was calling the plays. So, granted, giving him the opportunity now for the coaching vacancy as an offensive coordinator here is a good thing. It could be just one of those things to solidify the Rooney Rule. I don't know if it's genuine or not. This will not be a retread by the Cowboys, but this is the situation whereas the guy knows the Texas area. He's been in Texas before, of course, coaching for the Baylor Bears or what have you. And this could be one of those situations whereas, hey, bring him in. Let's see what he got. Shake the tree. Let's see what can fall out of it or leave no stone unturned. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to say this again. This dude, yes, he's 48 years old, right? That's a whole lot different than someone who was young and still learning on the job. I think that he brings a lot to the table. And if anybody been banging on the table talking about run the ball, hey, you might get your wish for with this dude because he is a running back first, right mindset. Now, before anybody say, well, this could be too top heavy with the run, go back and look at what I got to say this, and I'm not saying that we doing this, but go look at the Chiefs. Eric Bieniemy was a running back, right? And he can dial up some great and beautiful passing plays. So it's the concept game, and it's not just about what you did when you were pretty much in your collegiate years or what have you. It's about adding the knowledge together. And Mike McCarthy's strength will be passing the ball, right? Passing concept. And this dude's strength will be, hey, running concept. You mix those two things together, bam, you got the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Hopefully, right? I'm just playing. But you will have a unique version of sprinkles of West Coast and how the Baylor Bears ran their offense. And we all looked at their offense and said, man, that's remarkable. It's just that it didn't work out when Matt Rule went over there to the Panthers and he kind of wet the bed over there. But that's a story of another day. Let's see how this thing can rock out from here. Jeff Nixon, he will be the guy that's interviewing. Not saying that he got the job, but this is a good move from here. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.